Hey YouTube, how you all going? Got a pretty exciting video to get into today. It's just in relation to the Spartan Race World Championships in Vermont. Little in-joke, Gus, I know, got to get a haircut, going back to the shaggy style. I'll get one of those before I go away. But into the video. So, the weekend before last, I was part of a group put together by the Obstacle Course Racing Association of Australia and Obstacle Course Racing League. They basically took the top 20 or so obstacle races in the country based on our performance in the Obstacle Course Racing League as well as individual events, and put us together for a training camp on the New South Wales Central Coast. They just kind of wanted to run us through our paces, and from that they were going to select a team of approximately 12 people to head over and compete in the Spartan Race World Championships in Vermont. It's their, I guess, key event for the year. It's a beast, so it's a 21 kilometre race, and being in Vermont, there's lots of vertical, lots of up and down. Vermont, for those of you who don't know, is a ski field, but obviously we'll be running outside of winter, so we won't have the snow or anything like that to contend with. So, thought I'd cover a bit about the training camp to begin with. It was a great weekend, really good. One of the guys who I raced with in the past and have gotten to know quite well, Michael Gleason, he owns a gym up there, Unique Fitness and Lifestyles, or Unique Lifestyles and Fitness. Sorry, Mike, forgot which way it goes. But he's got a gym up there, and he pretty much caters specifically for obstacle races, or a large component of what he does is for obstacle races. So he had everything from, like a cargo net, monkey bars, rope climb, kind of like a mini ramp to run up. It was probably steeper than the one that we saw at Tough Mudder in Sydney. He got a traverse wall, a rope to traverse across, slack lines for balancing, all kinds of cool stuff there. So it was a 3-day thing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The first day, the Friday night we got there, we went to his gym, had a bit of a muck around on the equipment, and essentially just did 2 laps around the block and then 1 obstacle, and just repeated that. Just kind of, I guess, an introduction to what we were doing that weekend. On the Sunday, we had a run around the entrance. Essentially, you could just do as many laps as you wanted to. It went through the entrance channel as well, where the current was quite strong. It was pretty interesting. A couple of the boys knocked out 3 laps in total. I did a similar distance, but I just did 1 lap through the entrance, and then another longer run just myself, because it kind of lined up with my own training a little bit better. But that was good fun. It was about probably 14 odd kilometres from memory. After that, we also went to a place called Adventure Treetops Park, or Treetops Adventure Park. It was essentially a high ropes course. Wasn't too challenging for us guys who were used to obstacle racing and that kind of thing, but really just kind of acted as a bit of a team bonding session, a bit of an upper body workout, that kind of thing. So it was good fun. They had 4 different rope courses, just getting progressively harder and progressively higher. So yeah, that was a great bit of fun. And then that Saturday night we had a good session put together by Michael on all things to do with obstacle racing, kind of like looking at training and recovery methods and those kind of things that he's tested out. One of the interesting things I found was that he was saying that he's mucked around with a few different kind of time frames for his training leading up to events, and he's found for those events that are like 15 odd K or around that mark, that around 10 weeks seems to work well for him to peak in terms of his strength and also his running. So that was quite interesting. He found 12 weeks was too long, 8 weeks too short. So it was good to hear that kind of stuff. And then he'd organised for a lady called Veronica, who's a nutritionist. And, they obviously know each other and kind of cross-promote each other's business. She came along and just had a chat about race performance and fueling your body and all that kind of stuff. So that was awesome as well. And then finally, the Sunday, we had more of an intense hit-out back at Michael's gym. Idea was to replicate a race, so, go hard, 2 laps, which is about 500-600 meters, 1 obstacle, and there's about, I think there's about 16 or so obstacles in total that you could kind of do in his gym, and then do that twice through. So a total of about 15 kilometers or so in terms of distance. Good hit out with the obstacles, and then yeah, just if you fail an obstacle, same thing as Spartan, man, you got to do some burpees. So got through the first set all right. You know, I was a bit hesitant about the balanced beam and the spear throw. They're not my kind of strong points, but managed to do them okay the first time round. And then on lap 2, I literally did every obstacle except for the spear throw, which was my last one, and then I missed it. Not completely missed it. You know, he had a set of tires and you had to get it through the tire. I kind of got close to the tire or hit the side of the tire, but didn't really get it on target. So not to worry, I'm getting better at that though. So that kind of concluded the day, and from the previous night and then after that session, speaking with Adam, who's one of the guys is the guy who's kind of led the growth and development of this whole obstacle course racing league and everything like that. He said, look, the decision's pretty much been made that we're going to take a larger team. As I said in the start of this video, they were thinking of just taking 12, and in that instance, they probably would be able to fund a lot more of their trip, you know, for each individual. But this time they're taking 20. So look, the idea is that they're going to do some fundraising and that kind of thing, and try and give us as much back for our airfares and that kind of thing as possible. So hopefully they cover the airfares, and I think they've organised accommodation and that kind of stuff. So what I'll do is I'll put a link below in this video. There's a couple of things that you can do. You can either donate to a fundraiser campaign, or alternatively you can buy some official Southern Cross Spartan gear, like t-shirts and that kind of thing. Now, money from this will go to the team as a whole, so it will be distributed kind of evenly amongst everyone going. I'm probably thinking in the next week or two, just depending on how the fundraising goes, I might just put a personal one together, not a massive target, not trying to raise thousands of dollars or that kind of thing, just, a couple of $100 to help cover a few other things that I'm going to have to pay for, namely the insurance. Last time when I went to World's Toughest Mudder, I think the insurance was like $200, because you've got to get obviously travel insurance that incorporates an event, which is a lot different to just normal travel insurance. And there's a few small little bits of kit I need to get, namely a hydration backpack and that kind of thing. It's going to be completely voluntary. I'm going to be putting it out to friends and family as well. And obviously if I raise more than I need, which I don't think I would, because I'd stop it. But if, for example, I got more from the group fundraising than what I needed, I would distribute those funds back to the people who donated, or alternatively commit it to the group as a whole. So maybe someone else who didn't get their full fundraising from the group can use my part of the fundraising from the group, if you know what I mean. But don't worry about that now. Just if you want to get on board and help the team as a whole, yeah, I'll put some links down below so you can jump on that. I kind of haven't really mentioned that I'm on the team, obviously. So because they decided to take the whole group, I made the team. Very exciting news for me personally. It's going to be my second international obstacle race following World's Toughest Mudder last year. And I'm going to have a lot of content, hopefully, that I can put up on YouTube and also my blog, covering the event, my participation in it and everything like that. As you guys can probably tell, if you've been watching my channel for a while or been on my blog, I like giving back and helping other people out. I don't get a million emails or anything like that, but I typically get probably about one a week, or one or two a week. Especially when there's races coming up, it goes quiet every now and then, but when there's races coming up, I do get a few emails, and I'm more than happy to share any of my advice or experience with anyone. I know I'm not the fastest racer out there. I do prefer the endurance events, but I have kind of learnt a bit, and more than happy to share it and help anyone out. So if you ever have any questions, comment below, send me an email, jump on my website, jump on Facebook, just get in touch with me. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Exciting times ahead. We're going to America, probably a month or so to go. until I'm over there. The race is on the 21st. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.